Well, good morning. It is Friday, July 14th. We are here with another pre-market call for the pre-stock market to see what's going on in the market this here day. Fridays, always are Fridays. You know, I don't like to say the same thing over and over, but I do also understand that repetition is the mother of learning. And Fridays, you know, I don't want to have any like self-fulfilling prophecies, but Fridays can be rough. Anybody else agree that Fridays as a trader can be a lot going on? Anybody else agree with that? I thought I was sharing my screen, but doesn't look like it. Yeah, Fridays can be, especially if you've had some trades on and those trades are kind of doing what you're hoping they're going to do what they're supposed to do if you had them on for the week. But Miss Marcia,
what I do?
what do you do?
You know what I find myself doing? When I started here, I heard you say the same thing about Fridays, and I don't trade Fridays because Arlissa says Friday's not a good day.
It's a lot. I don't want anybody to not trade because of me, but I feel like that to me, the amount of the roller coaster ride my emotions take on a Friday is just weird. It's just much more than any other day. I've just run into that. But I mean, again, I want everybody you don't have to discover things for yourself if somebody's already been through it. But if that's not your experience, then, you know, toss out my chicken and the bones and go on and do what you do.
I don't trade Fridays.
Yeah, if you've got a strategy. But most of the big people, and people who've been trading a long time and trade, you know, larger amounts of money, if they're in the market on a Friday, it's just in the morning. You generally won't find a trader who's, you know, seasoned and experienced in the market on Friday afternoon, because it's just.
I heard Ariane say the same thing. The axe girl, she said she don't.
Who said that?
Ariane.
Okay.
The axe girl.
Yeah.
I was listening to some of her videos and she said that too. I said, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That Friday afternoon money is a lot of people in the market who are generally the amateurs, which includes me, includes us. We'll be in the market on Friday afternoon like, this is going to ruin my weekend. Yeah. So I try to have the things I'm going to have and that I can get them closed up by Friday morning at the least, or they're just basically on their last leg by Friday morning. That's the way but if you've got a morning strategy that you work on Fridays, definitely work it. I know Saida does a really good job with the PDT hacks and she puts those on in the morning. So if you got your PDT hack set for the morning, you're right, you don't have to worry about Friday afternoon because you got a PDT hack on from the morning and it's just going to do its thing. So that's kind of where we are with that. All right. Let me share my screen. See what we got going. The VIX is at 1369 this morning. Up a little bit because we were down in the 12s, but 1369 still ain't very high. We were getting used to the 18s and 19s, and now it's basically back down to where we used to trade our day one spies, our one-day spies. Now it's still back in that area. S&P futures, not there. JP Morgan Q2 profit surge in the show of strength for banking giant. Amazon has become one of the most boring stories in tech. Okay, they still going up though. They still going up though. Global stocks head for a biggest weekly rally since March, and BlackRock quarterly profit rises, but revenue slips. Because BlackRock, I believe, reported earnings this morning. I believe BlackRock did earnings this morning. Let me go get a graphic because I think photos. Do I see the earnings photos? I think sometimes these photos disappear. There we go. This is this morning. Yesterday after close was I think it was Washington Federal Bank. I think I heard Jamie say yesterday. And JP Morgan is this morning, United Health Group, Citibank, Wells Fargo, State Street and BlackRock, all those are banks. Ericsson is a tech company. All the other ones, though, United Health Group is not. All the others are banks. So we're opening up earnings season with the money boys. They said those who move the market. This is the people who we talking about. That's what. And if JP Morgan had a good response to their earnings, potentially they'll have a move. I'm shocked that JP Morgan stock really, it doesn't cost more than it does. I think I traded JPM a couple of times. Don't remember. All right, so stock market this morning, pre-market for us, Dow futures rise more than 100 points. JP Morgan Chase jumps on earnings. Maybe that's what's dragging us up. The Dow futures are up 168 or 0.49%. S&P futures up 0.18%. NASDAQ futures up 0.06%. The oil is red and US 10-year bonds up 0.01%. Asia markets are mainly green. There's one red, the Nikkei is down 0.09%, but the others are up a pretty good amount. Only one that's not up very much is Shanghai, which is 0.04% green. Asia Pacific markets largely rise as more US inflation data comes in softer than expected. Softer. Okay, so the Europe markets, Europe stocks are mixed at the end of a winning week. Telcos fall as Nokia cuts the outlook. DAX is down 0.11% or 0.11%. All the others are up a pretty good amount of green. FTSE MIB, FTSE Milano is up 0.08%. So what's on the calendar for today? We had CPI this week. We had PPI this week. All the I's. G20 meetings are all day today, looks like. Day one is today. 8:30, we've got import prices month over month. And 10 o'clock, we have red folder, preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment, and orange folder, inflation expectations. So 10 o'clock, ding, ding, ding. 10 o'clock is when you're going to get some, a red folder and an orange folder. So just be prepared that something's going to happen around 10. If you're waiting to do, or if you go get in maybe before that or wait till after that to get in. One thing I've been doing, I've done for the last week or so, and I've not really mentioned it because I have to let stuff run a little longer. I get excited about things and then I share them with y'all. And then I get excited because it goes well for a few days. Then I share it with y'all and, put up all the hype. And then after a while, I'm like, well, this kind of worked, but nah, it needed some adjustments. And then I feel like I got to come back and readdress what I brought up. So now the way I can fix that is I don't bring it up so quick. I got to give it a minute. Got to give it a beat, as they say. I got to give it a beat. So what I've been doing is the XSP, when it breaks out in the morning, whichever direction, then I put on that side, or the opposite side, like we were doing with the breakout. So I'm not doing anything different on the beginning. So if it breaks out going up, I do a PCS. If it breaks out going down, I do a CCS. And I leave that on. What I've done a couple times is soon after that, or right around the same, this is probably happening at 10:30, like Jamie was saying. It's in the 10-ish range. This is not happening at 9 o'clock. This is happening, 10, not 9:30 because when the market opens, but it's not happening at like, it's not happening until 10:15, 10:30. And I put on one side. What I had been doing though is looking for the other side, checking the delta and putting the other side on at the same time. So even though I would see the breakout was going one way, I was doing that one trade, but then I was looking basically above the breakout or below the breakout for the other side of the iron condor and putting that in almost at the same time. And that bit me one day. And then the second time, like yesterday, I had 451, which the day ended at exactly 451. I really think that's a bit of manipulation that it ended exactly on the dollar. So anyway, that trade still was, I made $2 off of it, but I'm putting that second side on too early is my point. So got the breakout I need to wait a little bit longer to see what the price does before putting on the second side. And that before I was doing it all at one time, but that has proven to not be the best way, right? So go with the breakout on one side and wait for me, the XSP, and then wait for the second side till a little bit later.
When you say the second side, are you referring to a second breakout?
No. I'm referring to the second side of the iron condor.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So like yesterday, price was going up. So I did a put credit spread at like 10:30. And then at the same time, I also looked for the delta and did a call credit spread. That's how I ended up with 451. When really I should have waited for the call credit spread for a little time to pass. A little more time. Maybe I should have waited till about noon or so to get the second side of the iron condor. Sorry, I wasn't clear.
Gotcha.
That's what I meant with that. Economic calendar. Yesterday turned out to be okay, which the other day my one side got fully breached and my other trades had to carry the balance. Yesterday my trade did come out all right. I ended up making $14 because I had 12. I actually had 12 on each side, $12 on the put credit spread, $12 on the call credit spread. And then at the end of the day, because it stopped right at 451, that trade cost me $10. So I only got to keep 2 of those. So between the 2 sides, I got to keep $14 out of the $100 of collateral. So that's still a 14% return. Will not complain, but it was definitely risky there for a while because the price went on up into 451. It was like 451.70 and 451.80. And I was like, oh, here I go again from like the other day. And even though it doesn't feel as bad as the $500 when it's getting breached, you still like, rawr. Nobody wants to be losing their money. So either way, it worked out yesterday. Now I reaffirmed that the second side has to wait. Today in the investing.com, 8:30, we got the export stuff that just came out. Looks like they came out red. Here, as you can see, they didn't do as well as they thought they would do. A couple of these were 2 stars. Export price index month over month for June and import price index month over month for June. Both of those are 2 stars and they're all 4 of those are red. 10 o'clock, we're going to have our University of Michigan stuff. Here it's showing them as 2 stars, but over on Forex, it shows them as 3 stars. So I don't know which one you go with. Either way, that's all that I see here. And then the oil rig stuff at 1 o'clock seems to show up at 1 o'clock on Fridays. And 4:30, we got the speculative positions, the spec positions. Now, on TradingView, I've run into problems on my Thinkorswim. It does not want to populate the 15-minute chart. Well, my desktop does not want to populate the 15-minute chart. I have to go look at the 15-minute chart on my tablet, which I think is super weird that it won't populate on the computer, on the laptop, but it will populate on the tablet. So when I want to see XSP on the 15-minute chart, I have to go there. But this one here, if you're looking at TradingView at the beginning of the day, it takes a minute for it to fill in these candles, for it to fill in these first few candles. It doesn't start at the same time that SPX starts. It's almost like there's a lag in it. Even though I have, timely data, I believe I paid a few dollars extra for on-time data. I don't know why XSP, maybe it's coming from a different place. But when I put it in the box, it still says the CBOE isn't that index. So that lets you, I'm thinking that tells you where the data is coming from. Either way, my XSP works a little bit different on TradingView. So this was the breakout, would be up here. It didn't, I saw it doing this stuff right here and was like, let me give it a minute. So I gave it a minute. When I saw it try to go back up some more, that's when I did the put credit spread. I think I picked like 447, 448. So I was actually down in here with my strike was 448, I believe, with a put credit spread. And then it went on up from there. I had 451, like I said. See how this price went on up into 451.73. But then when I saw this candle, when I saw it falling, I was like, well, let's just give it a minute. And it closed at 451. It closed it there. This chart looks the same. So I guess by the end of the day, XSP fills itself in properly because this is SPX now and it looks exactly the same. We made some money yesterday. Whoop, whoop. We made money yesterday, baby. I saw it every day. We're putting it in our chat. We're putting it in our Facebook post and suchy. I think it's great encouragement for all of us that we see that there is money to be made, whether that's with SPX or XSP or other things, because we now are also making money on cash secure puts, and we might have always been making money on those things, but I think now we're discussing them more. We've got cash secure puts people are doing, we've got covered calls, we've got other vertical spreads on other things that are happening. So those are all good things. I think it's great that we are sharing and sharing alike because it encourages the whole community when we do that. It encourages everyone. Last night we had graduation. I'm trying to get this to open back up. Last night we had graduation of our cohort 3 folks. They learned a bunch of stuff. Where is this? Oh, there you are. They learned a bunch of stuff. Go to the chat. And they learned call credit spreads, put credit spreads, covered calls, cash secure puts, all the things that we need to know. They learned them in their time frame and they graduated. So they're going to be joining our community. Rosalind and Geraldine are going to be joining our community. They're joining under the weekly coaching because as the students come out of the 4 weeks of options 411, they're going into a weekly coaching where they'll still do all the membership stuff with us, but they also have weekly coaching with me. And I've given you all the links to join up with that on the times that you want. But basically we're intermingling the two. So the people in the membership, if you want to be incorporated in the weekly stuff, you can be, and the weekly people who are in that community or in that group are able to intermingle in and out of the membership because it's all under our umbrella and all in our ecosystem, to use Jamie's words. On the 18th and the 19th, which is next Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have the next options 411 boot camp. So if you haven't shared the word with your friends and families and whosoever, please share the word. All right, let's look at what Adam had to say. We continued the breakout of the perfect 3-week ascending triangle. My final target yesterday was 45.07. We hit that and we've been basing ever since. 3-week breakouts can be expected to last 3+ weeks. Okay. Plan today. I'm not sure what that actually means, but okay. Plan today. 45.05 is support. We're now above 45. As long as we're above that, we can run to 45.24 and 45.36 is in play. If 45.05 fails, we see the first dip to 44.91. We see the first dip to 45.91. I'm going to copy this and put it. I don't know if Jamie already did. Probably not, because, when he jumped out, he like, nope, you got it. It's all on you.
It's already in the groups.
You already, I see now that I put it there. You didn't just desert me. Such a wonderful helper.
Oh, no, rewind that. Because a whole sentence ago, I was under the bus, remember?
No, never under the bus. Never under the bus. No. Okay, cool. I also put in here, this is from Elite Options Trader. He said SPX is setting up for a move towards 45.52 and 4,600 this month. This as long as 44.59 holds. SPX 45.30 calls can work above 4,500. NVIDIA, big breakout above 435 this week. NVIDIA can run to 467 or 480. Calls can work above 460. And coin possible to see a move to 116 and 122. Now, coin got some little boost yesterday from that XRP news, which I didn't really understand what the issue was with XRP, but I know it's a crypto, it's what, Ripple or something like that. But I do know they said that it wasn't a security. So then I guess it wasn't under the rules of SEC rules. I'm going to say what kind of happened with that.
That's correct.
So then people jumped right back in and ran with it.
Because the reason why that's significant is because all of that is tied into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin is tied in, Square and Riot and all the other ones is tied into it. Basically, that was, I don't want to use the word landmark ruling.
Okay.
But the argument is whether or not, if it's a security, that means that the SEC has to be a part of it. Okay. If it's not a security, then that means that they can keep doing what they're doing. Well, if it's a security, that means obviously everybody knows what happens when you start over-regulating stuff.
Yeah.
And so that has big time ramifications, literally globally, across the board. If overall crypto becomes SEC governed,
right? Because I mean, the whole point of crypto, right, is that it is an unregulated thing. That's
decentralized, right?
Yeah, decentralized. There we go.
Yeah,
that's the whole premise behind it. I thought so. If they start jumping in, going, "No, we regulating it,"
then that literally defeats the purpose of why it was created.
Yeah. Literally defeats the purpose. Okay, because I did see that yesterday and was like, I didn't know what that meant. Of course, Tall Guy Tycoon was all over it. I'm not sure if anybody follows Tall Guy Tycoon on Instagram. I think he may be on Twitter also. Tall Guy Tycoon. He does a Sunday evening thing, and he was like, I told y'all about this. Nobody's listening. So everybody's listening, sir. But he was talking about, that's where I saw that XRP had won yesterday. I don't know if anybody does crypto in this space. I don't at this point. So not that I don't watch it. I do Mara. That's my jaunt in the crypto. Actually, I own some Ethereum and some Bitcoin. I need to quit tripping. I do own a little bit. It ain't a lot, but I do have some. So I need to quit tripping. It's not something that I'm buying regularly, but I do have a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, we covered Adam. We covered our stuffy. Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. I'm out of practice. Jamie's got me spoiled. He covers me all week long. And then when I come on Friday, I'm like, what's next? I'm here though. I usually be on the call. Okay. I feel like I've covered it all, really. Have I? Have I covered everything? Have I covered everything, Jesus? I think I did. I think so.
Hey, what are we talking about tomorrow?
Oh, thank you. We are going to talk about what's in your bag tomorrow. We're going to go through our strategies and see how do we use the strategies that we have. Not only what are they, because I'm probably not going to teach strategies because we've done that, right? And not that I won't again, I'm just saying probably not tomorrow, but we're going to look at the strategies that we have and how and when do we, I will say I won't teach anything tomorrow because I do want to share some of the advanced strategies. I wanted to bring those back around to the forefront of our recollections. So I will do that a little bit tomorrow, mostly with just slides and go through them quickly. It won't be anything where I'm like getting deep into teaching there, but I just want us to see what we got and how do we use what we have. All righty. When do we deploy those particular things? That's tomorrow at 11 o'clock, a regular time frame. Be there or be square. All right. I'm not really rushing us through, but I feel like I'm going to go and take a walk today. It's been a long time since I've gone for a walk. So I feel like I'm going to go for a walk today. And I wish there was a breakfast spot closer. I'd walk to breakfast, which would probably defeat the purpose of the walk. But I would walk to breakfast. They're like, yep, I'm at the Waffle House. That's one of my favorite breakfast spots.
Not at all, because you would burn calories there, burn calories while you eating, and burn calories when you walk back home.
Okay, that would work. Yeah. Waffle House is my joint. My Waffle House short on YouTube got 5,200 views. I was in Walmart, and Walmart has Waffle House slides. I'm not sure if y'all ever saw I think I posted it in the group, but Walmart has Waffle House slides for sale that you can, those regular slides that all the kids wear and the adults, really, not just the kids. But I stood next to, I took a picture and then I used that video as a TikTok and a short. It was like a hard pass. So then people jumped on and made all kinds of comments about, it was interesting. And you just think it's just going to be a nothing video. It really shows you that a video you can think is kind of, I won't say kind of nothing, but like not a whole lot to it, that people can jump onto a random video and run it. You're like, well, okay. Sounds good. So I can't walk to breakfast. Waffle House is not close enough. I live way too far from the Waffle House. So I'll just walk my neighborhood and walk to the front, see what they're doing up there at our clubhouse. They want us to pay an extra $400 a year in CDD for. They've gone from HOAs, where HOA people were like, I don't want an HOA. So I don't want high HOA fees. So what they've done is change the HOA. You still have them, but they're like super little, you're right? But they have something now called a CDD, which is the community development something. It's got a name, that's an acronym. But the CDD is what they're now using to say all the stuff that used to be under the HOA is now under this CDD thing. So when you're buying a house or whatever, they'll say, very low HOA, but they don't mention there's a CDD there. There's this other thing that's doing the same, that you're supposed to be using for the same thing. So the CDD has been like 700, it was $600 or $700 for the year, which I didn't know that when we were buying the house either. But they want to up that and they want to raise it $400 like next year. Most people have it in their escrow, so it's just coming out automatically and they don't have to come out of pocket with it. But to raise it $400, so now they got a meeting next week, and the people in the neighborhood is up in arms. They gonna have a full meeting next week because folks is like, you ain't taking care of the stuff that we paying $700 for. You think people gonna pay $400 more? You don't keep the back entrance clean now. Anyway, so I'll walk up there and see what's going on at the clubhouse area that I usually just drive by. Yeah. Anyway, that was my sideline rant.
Is that where you're going to put your 1 acre?
No. No.
Where are you looking for your 1 acre?
I'd like my 1 acre to be the south part of Jacksonville, so between Jacksonville and just below Jacksonville. I'd like to be in that area on the southern Jacksonville area.
You're going to build a house in it?
I would, yeah. Either build or have a nice. Listen, have y'all seen modular home these days? Shoot, the modulars is outpacing any built home. Almost any built home you can get. The manufactured homes, they got
they're very energy efficient.
Luxury. What'd you say?
They're very energy efficient.
They are.
You just build a foundation and they bolt on the top.
Yep, and they're cost effective.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying, Jamie?
No, I was just gonna say, I appreciate you investigating the HOA, but please don't end up starring in a civil rights movie. Because you uncovered some type of conspiracy and cover up. Because you just try to make sure they straight what they charges.
Wow.
Some systems you fight from the inside. Other systems you just choose to not participate.
I heard that.
So honestly, I don't want to say I don't care enough about the area and the neighborhood to care enough. I would just move because it's like I don't. This isn't the kind of hassle I would want, because it's going up $400 now, it's gonna go up again. And I know stuff costs more, so things do cost more, so you have to have more. I get that, but so I'm like, jumping at $400 now. They'd have jumped at $100, something like that a year, because you got enough homes in here. Then that wouldn't have been a bit, but you're gonna jump everybody $400? Really? No, that's a little bit massive. Bit massive, but and you said some systems you fight from within because you feel the justice, and you're like, I will not stand for this. Other times you're like, bro, y'all can have this. Fight on, fight the good fight of faith for those who are here and left. So we got to manage it until something else happens. But it helped get Mr. P motivated, because when I was talking about, we probably should just start looking at another house, he was like, we just bought this one. They sent that letter and he read that $400 CDD up. He's like, I'm looking for a house. Yes. Whatever motivates you, we'll take it.
I was telling Jimmy in one of the cash flow things, there's this guy who he does, CB radio, and he likes to talk to people far away, like in Russia and Germany and South Africa. And he bought a piece of land in West Virginia. There's a no-fly zone in West Virginia, no planes at all. And so he set up this big antenna, like a big one, and he has an internet connection. So he lives in DC. He logs into his antenna in West Virginia and does his CB radio.
Really? Wow.
So, and he can bring a camper if you want.
Yeah.
So he buys land cheap and puts up his antennas. So
yeah, if you don't care where you are, for me, proximity, keeping us in this general vicinity is important for the season, because 4 of our 7 children are here or very close by. So this proximity or this area is now where we'd like to maintain for a little bit of time. But y'all know me, I will get antsy about year 3. I'll be talking about where I'm going next. Like, well, time has come to do something different, and let's see what another country has to offer. Y'all know me. All right, let's go back to our declaration. E2T declaration says, I am a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. We call them those things that be not as though they were. I declare money likes me. I declare I'm a blessing to others. I declare I'm a world changer. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. 2 Samuel 22:35. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen. Amen, amen. All righty, so listen, we're going to have a really good Friday. If you can get your stuff done this morning and get your trades on this morning, then do so, baby. All right. Enjoy your day, your Friday. We will see you in the chat. 2 things, 2 o'clock live. I will be there on the 2 o'clock live. Yesterday's conversation was really good, talking about the 7 reasons why you might not be, options might not be for you, or you might not be for options. I felt like that was really good, big, and really nice. I did put a link in. I think most of you all had that trading journal, had the trading plan for option sellers. I believe most of y'all had already previously gotten that, but I did put a link for it up. You can get it from the Google Drive. So 2 o'clock will be on. And then at 3:30, we'll be on in the Power Hour, virtual Power Hour. And then don't forget, tomorrow we've got 11 o'clock. Yep. All righty. Any comments, questions, concerns? All minds and hearts clear? All righty. Well, we're going to do two things today, like we do every day. We're going to stay green and we're going to get this money. All right. I will see you all later. Talk soon. Bye.
I'm sorry, Arlissa.
You're welcome. Real quick, I just wanted to come on. This is Arlissa, Educator to Trader. Wanted to come on and tell you and ask you, I guess, to like and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content that I create and I'm, posting regularly, then go ahead and subscribe. That way you won't miss anything and you can be a part of all that we're doing here. I'm a coach to sellers. I'm an option sellers coach. If that's a vein that you don't know anything about or you want to know more about, then go ahead, subscribe and check us out all the time. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.